Welcome back, true believers and all you spectacular Spidey fans, as well as all you PlayStation fans out there, to another very interesting video, mainly relating to the overall possible future of what Marvel's Spider-Man 2 has in store. Of course, the inevitable sequel of the first main Spider-Man game featuring Peter Parker, but in the grand scheme of things, this also directly relates to the wider future of open-world video games as a whole within the gaming genre in its entirety, which I find very, very exciting, not just for Insomniac games, but also for massive AAA open-world titles like what we have seen from Rockstar with Red Dead and Grand Theft Auto, as well as a game I'm personally looking forward to of the Horizon franchise from Guerrilla Games, with Horizon Zero Dawn being fantastic, and then Horizon Forbidden West also looking extremely enticing as well, and just a bunch of games in that category. For me as a gamer, really excites me to see exactly where the developers can take the technology even further to see what is actually possible to achieve in the future. And for me, as a gamer at heart, I could not be happier with what this particular news has in store. But before we begin, I do want to start off actually with a couple of formalities. First off, I do want to give a huge shout out to fellow Spidey Squad co-founder, actually, of Demetrius, who did share this article to me and all the other fellow Spidey Squad members on our Discord server, so I will leave all of his links in the description below if you do want to go support him and check him out. He is incredible, and he definitely deserves all your support. And even though I don't really like to describe and discuss this in the beginning of each video, but if you would leave a like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And I do think it is even more exciting considering how we are very close to 70,000 subscribers. I think we're less than 500 subscribers away, so if you want to be one of the lucky few to actually gain the 70,000 subscriber mark, then by all means go for it. I would genuinely very much appreciate it. And if you want to stay up to date for all content related to gaming and of course Spider-Man, I'll be your guy, and I just can't wait to see more people actually join this community because I love you guys so much, and it's just a true pleasure of mine just to discuss about these things in detail and just see what you guys think about it in its entirety as well. So to bring up the article in question, this does fully originate from GamingBible.com, which is a pretty reliable gaming journalist website, and it was actually written by fellow gaming journalists themselves of Ewan Moore, stating that a recently discovered patent filed by Sony Interactive Entertainment actually suggests that the company itself is currently working on technology that completely changes the way we as gamers interact with open world experiences. Now, as for the patent itself, Sony have appeared to have labeled it as a AI generated internal environment patent, and even though it was filed sometime last year, it was actually published last month. Now, as for what exactly that could mean, there is a very likely possibility that this patent could go into effect relatively soon. And according to the patent's description itself, Sony has developed a method of quote-unquote using a trained machine learning model to infer interior data for the physical objects based on exterior data. It also mentions quote-unquote interior data describing inferred internal structures of the physical objects and generating the virtual environment using the exterior data and the interior data. And the author goes on to accurately write, if that description left you scratching your head, you're far from alone. What it sounds like is that Sony has developed a method of generating building interiors based on their exteriors. And as you can see from this patent image on screen now, it looks as if the method will scan information from a building's exterior to then fully generate a completely realized interior. Now, there is no doubt that this method will have other handy uses in terms of landscape generation and building open worlds, but the idea of an AI that generates entire building interiors could have massive implications for exploration in video games. Take a game like Marvel's Spider-Man, for example. New York City is absolutely massive, which is why you've probably noticed when you peer through the city's many windows that there are typically 4 or 5 interiors recycled over and over again. And as you would obviously expect for any game studio in question, developing a unique interior for every building would take a ton of work. However, the crazy part of this patent is that it does suggest that Sony is working working on a method that would fully eliminate the main heft of the work itself, with an AI procedurally generating interiors based on the shape, size, and structure of each building. The reason we rarely see open world games with a ton of explorable interiors is that they take time and effort to design. So this could be a huge step forward for that particular hurdle. And I totally agree with Ewan's article because this clearly looks like, at least to me personally, to be the next step as to where game developers can take their projects further into the realm of next gen. And one of the main factors that I do think that can fully separate next generation open world games that we will inevitably see in the future compared to what we currently have now on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One is of course more detailed environments. However, if you are a massive Spider-Man gaming fan like myself, you will know that actually being able to explore interiors in certain buildings within an open world isn't necessarily anything new, considering that we did see that all the way back in 2004 in Spider-Man 2. But of course, the massive difference in this case is that they'll pretty much look almost one-to-one accurate in terms of detailing them based on the building's exterior. And while I personally don't have a PlayStation 5 for myself, simply seeing New York run on a PlayStation 5 on the gameplay trailers that Insomniac have uploaded for Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered and Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales looks drop-dead gorgeous. Because simply imagining being able to explore the interiors of these famous New York landmarks like that of the Statue of Liberty, the Empire State Building, and possibly a more refurbished Freedom Tower by the time the next game releases, that would just be beyond beautiful. But no matter what exactly Insomniac or any other game developer plans to use this patent for, I can guarantee you that if they end up going through with the process of what the patent will be able to conduct for game developers, they're truly going to utilize it to their max potential. And if that simply means even bigger and better open worlds, then I am all for it. But with all that said, everyone, that's the video that I have for you today, and please let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. What do you think of this brand new Sony patent pertaining to PlayStation pretty much enhancing the experiences from several open world games that we will have in the future? And what particular interior environment, not just within Spider-Man, but also within any other open world game that you can think of, would you personally like to go and fully explore? I also think this could be a cool thing to see within Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League if Warner Bros. Montreal and or Rocksteady do want to further envelop a grander sense of an explorable open world within their areas of Metropolis and of course Gotham City. But again, seeing this as a gamer at heart truly does excite me and just makes me even more invested to see where the gaming industry can go down the line. But again, thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Feel free to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you did enjoy, and of course for more content like this in the future. But until next time, everyone, stay spectacular, Spidey fans, and stay awesome, PlayStation gamers. Peace out.